I skipped to the top.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us for our very first College Week Live session. First of all, thank you all for joining us. It's 9 a.m. here in Toronto, and today you're going to learn about Ryerson and the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. Our agenda for today is going to cover Ryerson and why it's an amazing place to study, the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program and what we can offer you as a student, how to apply to our program, as well as student life here at Ryerson. At the end of the information session, we are going to leave some time to answer some questions. But standing by right now, we have a knowledgeable team of Ryerson staff who are going to be answering your questions live via text. You can access the instant chat by clicking the Q&A on your screen right now. If we don't answer your question right away, don't worry, we'll be sure to get back to you after our webcast finishes. Remember that this webcast is recorded live, so you can re-access it at any time to cover information that you may have missed, or you can visit our website at ryerson.ca/CE ESL Foundation. To begin, let me introduce Alicia, who works here with us at Ryerson in International Student Recruitment.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Alicia, and I'm here to give you an overview of Ryerson University. So Ryerson University is home to 38,000 full-time students. We have over 140 countries represented in our student population. As well, we have over 155,000 alumni working worldwide. Some of our notable alumni include Isidore Sharp, who is also the founder of the Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts. So Ryerson University is urban. We are located in the heart of downtown Toronto, the center of it all. Toronto is one of Canada's largest cities, and it is the most cleanest, safest, and diverse cities in North America. It's a place where people come to work, live, and play, and is home to many festivals, including the Toronto International Film Festival. We are literally steps away from major market radio and television stations, the fashion district, the financial district, arts, culture, major companies, you name it, we've got it. Students are literally steps away from these industry network connections. And this image shows a bird's eye view of our campus. So we are within 4 city blocks. Our buildings are within 5 minutes of each other, and we are accessible by major highways, airports, train stations, bus stations, streetcars, and subway stations. Ryerson is connected, and what that means is that we have a long-standing commitment to serving societal needs and engaging with our community. Our students volunteer, and for example, we participated in We Day, which is an event for students to promote change in their communities and in the world. We have also been designated Canada's first Ashoka Changemaker campus, collaborating with colleges and universities to solve real-world problems in new and creative ways. Our professors at Ryerson are also industry experts, as well as working on cutting-edge research. Many of our professors are industry leaders, thus bringing in that industry connection and knowledge into the classroom. Ryerson University is in the zone, and what we mean by this is that our way of teaching is the combination of experiential learning and theory. So students have the opportunity to explore learning in their labs, work placements, studies abroad, co-ops, internships. So the way we teach is our ability to do and see. So that's when we graduate, students get to hit the ground running. This image here is a picture of our digital media zone, which is an incubator for students to bring in their ideas and have them come to reality. The Digital Media Zone is actually noted to be top 5th incubator in the world, and as a result of our zones, we have introduced other zone learnings such as the Media Zone, Transmedia Zone, the Fashion Zone, the Center for Urban Energy, Social Innovation, and more. And what zone learning really encompasses is the ability for students to collaborate outside the classroom so that they could bring their ideas to the next level. And Ryerson is also changing the landscape of downtown Toronto. Featured here are 3 exciting buildings. At the top right corner, you'll see the Diamond in the Sky, which is our Ryerson Student Learning Center, which is set to open next month. And this was a building for students, designed for students, containing all workspace, conference rooms, and is directly attached to our library. Right below, Ryerson shoots and scores with the Manly Athletic Center, which is home of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Inside, it houses an NHL-sized hockey rink, basketball courts, workout rooms, and we will also be hosting the Pan Am Games this summer. Right next, the last image here is our students' School of Image Arts building, which houses the Black Star Collection, which was an anonymous donation granted to the university. And this features photographic journalistic prints of Marilyn Monroe, JFK, Muhammad Ali, and more. Now, Ryerson University has 6 different faculties and over 60 programs that students can enroll in or apply to. And this includes architecture, science, engineering, business, arts, design, media, and community services. So you name it, we've got it. In addition, if you're interested in more than one program, you could certainly explore minors, which are sub-courses to supplement your major. And lastly, we'd like you to stay connected. So we are on a multitude of platforms, including Instagram, Vine, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. You could also go to ask.ryerson.ca to inquire, to ask any questions you may have, and we'll be able to answer them 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So that concludes the Ryerson overview, and back to Courtney.
Hello again, everybody. So now that we've heard about Ryerson and what an amazing place to study it is, I would like to tell you about our program, the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. So we are a 2-semester foundation program. We teach English for academic purposes, and we combine it with university coursework. So during your time with the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, you can earn up to 3 university credits, and these count towards your chosen undergraduate degree. Once you successfully complete the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, you're granted guaranteed admission to one undergraduate program of your choice. So our program has so many benefits for students. A little bit later, we're going to hear from Tristan and Sandra about the wonderful student life experience here at Ryerson and with the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. From a program perspective, we can offer you so much. We have in and out of class, academic, career, and cultural opportunities and activities. And during these activities and opportunities, as well as during in-class learning, you're going to be building academic skills that prepare you for a successful undergraduate study period. And all of this takes place in small class sizes. So this means that you have an opportunity to learn one-on-one with your instructors. As Alicia mentioned, Ryerson is international, and the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program is no different. You'll have the opportunity to build relationships with students from Canada and around the world. In our program, we have students from Kazakhstan, Russia, Panama, China, Vietnam, and so many more. As a student, you'll have access to all of Ryerson's services and resources, including a state-of-the-art gym and library, and student-centered learning supports. Something really very special about our program and that makes us unique from other English language learning programs is our peer mentor program. As a student, you'll receive support from Ryerson upper year students and Ryerson ESL Foundation Program graduates who will help you with your transition into Toronto, Canada, and Ryerson. So complementing this amazing peer mentor team is experienced instructors and staff, and they're dedicated to your success, your learning, not only during your time with the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, but throughout your undergraduate degree study. So as I mentioned, you're going to build skills that are not only valuable to English language learning, but to studying in general. In the classroom, you'll receive 30 hours of intensive instruction each week. And you're going to cover the foundational components of English for academic purposes, and these include reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And when you finish our program, you will have fulfilled your English proficiency requirements for fall 2016. This means no more EP testing. So this past year, our students developed their English language skills by learning about a variety of different topics. They learned about academic life and culture and how this impacts international students transitioning from their home countries to study in Canada. They also learned about the environment and society and the impacts of globalization on business and marketing and how sustainability is playing a key role in our future. Additional highlights to the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program include the ability to apply for on-campus residence. Again, Tristan and Sandra will speak to this in a little more detail coming up. We also have free airport pickup service, so when you arrive in Toronto, someone will be there to greet you. Pre-arrival orientation and information are important parts of our program, as we believe that students do better when they're well informed, and this means that in the months leading up to your arrival at Ryerson, we'll have support for you. And then after your arrival, you'll have access to 24-hour emergency support from our program staff. Tuition includes 2 semesters of full-time study, and as well, it includes 3 university-level courses that count towards your undergraduate program. You will get your textbooks and program materials covered under your tuition, as well as a full international student healthcare package. You'll have ongoing academic and cultural activities, as well as advising for your academic, career, and personal development. And finally, access to all of Ryerson's services and amenities. The tuition for the 2015-2016 year is 26,000 Canadian dollars. As I mentioned, the student experience at Ryerson is very important to us, and at the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, that's no different. So now I'd like to turn the stage over to Sandra and Tristan, who are a peer mentor and a peer supporter in our program, and they'll share with you their experience at Ryerson and with our program.
Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone, once again, wherever you are in the world. My name is Sandra, and I'm a second-year student in the Civil Engineering Department. I come from Botswana, and I'm a peer mentor with the RUFP Ryerson ESL Foundation Program.
Hi everyone, my name is Zhiqiang Shen and I'm from China, and you can call me Tristan, it's much more easier. And I just graduated from this program last year, and now I'm first year student at Ryerson and learning mathematics and its applications. And currently I'm working as a peer supporter in this program.
So what a peer mentor does with the ESL Foundation Program is that we mainly provide support and presence with the students, and we sort of help out with the transition into the program and into the university setup, and also at the same time in a Canadian setting. We are that connection between, let's say, the instructors or the staff or the Ryerson community in general and the students. We do one-on-one checkups, we do personal advising, we do we work with students to organize different events and help them be introduced to the Ryerson community and learn a little bit about the Toronto and Canadian culture through events and through other experiences.
And as a peer supporter, well, we first organized the event with the peer mentors, really fun events. And also with Leo, we like their friends, and we help them for like almost everything, like their study permit, their visa, and also most importantly, we help them to feel more comfortable around the campus to, talk to people.
Um, I'm gonna talk a little bit about why I chose Ryerson University as a ideal Canadian university to go to. For the first reason is that Ryerson University is located in a right at the heart of downtown, so it was very easy for me to commute. The transport is very accessible. It's so easy to connect with companies or easy to find job opportunities around the community. It's always so vibrant and you're always connected to the city in that sense. The Ryerson community is also a very strong one. You really feel it when you work with other students, when you're in your classrooms, when you talk to your professors, and even when you seek out help in student services. So that's one great thing about Ryerson that I immediately picked up on. As I came to this university, the students and the staff and the faculty are very diverse. They come from all sorts of backgrounds, and you get to learn about different cultures. You get to learn about how to work with one another in different areas. There are different perspectives and views that are always brought in the table. So that's a couple of very interesting things that I really liked and I find is an advantage being a student at Ryerson. Ryerson also has one of the highest quality education in Canada. It's a very career focused university. So what you learn in the classrooms are very applicable to any jobs or careers that every individual student wants to pursue. There's always things happening at Ryerson. There's always different events and different projects and different ways to be involved at Ryerson at a cultural level, at a program or hobby level, at a religious level. There's really everything for everyone, and it's always lovely to see that every single time that I'm willing to go out and attend events.
So, why do I choose the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program? Well, honestly, at first I was just thinking like, well, give it a shot. And then after that, it turns out it's much more fun than I thought. Like, the instructors are really nice, and there's a lot of kinds of events. And trust me, it's not like high school, like you study for 24/7, like just like study every day and do the homework. The homework here is very reasonable, and like also like the all the events, all kind of events help you relax. And for example, like the trip to the CN Tower, I'm really excited about it. And also they just they also teach you about the the language, like the grammar, the essay, the notes taking. And don't be afraid to the word essay. Trust me, it's not like very hard one.
Another part of the student experience, of course, is we have our residence is located right. Our residence buildings are located right by Ryerson. So it's just right on campus. You don't have to travel far to go into. Both of us actually in our first years, we lived in a residence and we really appreciated the convenience of just living so close to school. It wasn't really much of a hassle, especially during the winter times when you have early classes. So that's one great benefit. We have about more than 50 different student groups at Ryerson, which are currently active, and they really cater for, as I mentioned before, cater for everyone and every kind of interest, and that's a great way to be involved with Ryerson and feel part of the community, as most of them are generally very welcoming. With Ryerson too, there's always an opportunity to volunteer and gain different kinds of a Canadian experience. There's always ways to get involved and contribute and gain skills that are very essential when you go out there and you search a job and you're searching for jobs that are related to your careers. So those are the kind of things that Ryerson just promotes, being able to build those career skills while still a student and while having those opportunities. The other thing that I would like to mention is the student services that are at Ryerson. Just to mention a few of them, we have like English, we have a writing center, we have an English language support center, we have a career center, we have an international student services center, which is mainly focused in meeting the needs of international students here on campus. We have the financial aid office, which plays a huge role in helping students find campus jobs at Ryerson, and that's just to name a few of the services that are mainly student focused and help us as Ryerson students. And now we're going to introduce the admission teams to present a little bit on your admissions questions. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christina. I'm in undergraduate admissions at Ryerson University. So today I'm just going to discuss a few aspects of the application procedure for the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. So in order to be considered for the program, students must meet the minimum English proficiency score for the program itself. Now, the score is a little bit less than the scores required for typical undergraduate programs. And in addition to meeting a minimum score, students also must meet the academic requirements for the program of choice that they want to do in fall 2016. So in order to submit your application to be considered for the program, you must submit your application through the Ontario University's Application Centre at www.ouac.on.ca. So you will use your login password, your username and password to the OUAC so that you can add or amend the Ryerson ESL Foundation program to your application. So in order to add the program itself, you would have to log in, and then after that, you need to add a new program. So you can see it circled in the red circle that you would have to click the button and add a new program for your choice. So when you do that, you're going to get a list of choices. So you could either search by university, so Ryerson, or you can fast track the search using the program code SFP. And you're going to see that there is a little bit of information about the program itself, and you can choose that. After selecting the program code SFP, which is the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, students will have to also choose the program or the subject of major interest for 2016 so that they could also be considered for that. So that is a fundamental component of the application process. So students are recommended to follow all instructions and click submit at the very end in order to send the changes to the OUAC so that they can be forwarded to us. We ask that the application and all complete documentation be received to our offices by June 1st for consideration for September. And Courtney will come and just wrap it up. And here you go.
Okay, hello again, everyone. So now that you've heard all about Ryerson, the ESL Foundation Program, how to apply, and student life, we'd love for you to stay in touch. So today we are doing always on chats on College Week Live starting very soon at 9:45 a.m. and that one's going until 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll log on again between 1 and 2 and then again from 4 and 5. Again, Eastern Standard Time. You can always reach us via email at eslfoundation@ryerson.ca or by visiting our website at ryerson.ca/ce/ESL Foundation. And of course, keep checking back on College Week Live to see about more webcasts and more information about Ryerson and the ESL Foundation Program. So that concludes our information session for today. As I mentioned at the beginning, we're going to leave a little time for questions. Mark, one of our other peer mentors, has been working behind the scenes to compile the most frequently asked questions by you, student viewers on College Week Live. So let's begin. Okay, I think we have a student life related question. All right, Sandra, come on in.
Hi there again. The question that is right in front of me is, I'm just going to wait for Tristan to come.
All right.
It's okay. It's right here. It says, what type of residential facilities are available for undergraduate?
Well, there's a lot of types. So, well, what I learned, what I know is, there's a study center, like just right in the Pittman Hall. Like that's the name of the resident, and like they help you about all kinds of academic. Like if you are an engineer, they help you about engineer stuff, and like, well, I'm a math student, so they help me to solve any kind of questions. Yeah, and also they help me about my language, like English.
And also to add on to that, the facilities, we have 3 main residence buildings, and they all cater to different preferences. There's one which is which used to be a house, so it's built in that sense, so it's very a community sort of like sort of living. It's just different rooms with a lot of shared facilities. And then the other one, which is the Pittman Hall, which Tristan just mentioned, it's an apartment style building. So in different floors, there are different kind of designs and styles for the apartment. There are individual ones. There are ones where you're about 4 or 5. There are ones which it's about 2 of you guys. There are ones where you have shared facilities. By shared facilities, I'm talking about the kitchen and the bathroom and the shared space, which is mainly the living room. And then there are others where you don't share those ones. It's just separate, and the prices are different depending on what you prefer. Yeah, so that's mainly it.
Okay. Hello again. So we have a question coming in here asking about our scholarship options. So unfortunately, at this time, the Ryerson ESL program does not offer scholarships. However, if you were to apply to an undergraduate degree program, there is the International Student Merit Scholarship, which is available for applicants who are in their final year of high school and entering into a Canadian university for the first time. So the scholarship amount would be $5,000 awarded to 7 students. But in addition, you could check out our scholarship and awards page found on our website, because there is a host of other scholarships that you may be eligible for. But specific to international applicants, currently for the undergraduate admissions programs, depending on eligibility, it would be called the International Student Merit Scholarship.
Okay, so an admissions related question came through. When is the application deadline date to apply? So we ask that the application and supporting documents be received by January 1st, 2015 for September 2015 consideration. I think there's one more question as well. The fee for the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program is $26,000 Canadian. It's typically paid on 2 increments before admission, before the program itself begins. So the application is already open for fall 2015 considerations. So students wishing to apply to the program now may go ahead and do so. And we ask that all applications be submitted by June 1st.
Hi again, everyone. So a question has come through about taking just 1 semester in the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. So the answer to that question is simply no. We are a 2-semester program. We run through from September until April. And the reason we do this, we require students to do 2 semesters, is because we believe that from September until April, you can really increase your English competency levels in the 4 areas that I explained earlier. During this time, as I mentioned, you will also have the opportunity from January until April to enroll in degree credit courses. So in addition to your English for academic purposes courses, you will also be completing undergraduate coursework. So you'll enter in fall 2016 already with some courses done.
Okay. Here.
Hello again. So we had a question asking about the weather in Toronto and how it's like. Tristan, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I guess it's okay. It's not very cold. Like, well, even though it's cold sometimes, but it's always warm inside.
Yes. So that's an important part. Toronto does have 4 different seasons: the summer, spring, fall, and winter. I'll talk a little bit about the winter season because when I came in, that was the hardest season for me to sort of just sort of like live with. So the winter temperatures range between 0 and minus 15 degrees Celsius. And sometimes, on rare occasions, they will go lower than that. The key to surviving the winter in Toronto is to buy quality weather gear, always be warm and cover it up. And if you can, you always use transport. There's always public transport around, and that's pretty much how I live with it. And now I'm used to it now.
Yeah. And I see there's a question about the student club. Well, there's a lot of choice. Like well, I like board games, so I joined the board game club, and I wanna like learn how to dance, hip hop. So I joined the hip hop club. Like it's always your interest. So if you don't like if you don't like such as basketball, but that didn't sounds like right. But just for example, if you don't like basketball, you don't have to join that club. So yeah, and after you join a club, you will meet a lot of nice people, and to talk to people, that's like more helpful.
Actually, also on that question, I would like to talk about my own personal experience with that. When I first came in, I was very new to Canada, and I didn't live with my family. I'd left my family back home in Botswana. So one of the things that people suggested to me is to join groups based on my interests. So when I came in, I joined the debate club, I joined the yoga club because I'm interested in those kind of things. And I was able to meet friends who I still keep in touch with, and people who were, some of them coincidentally, in my program too. So they also helped in a sense of a mentoring role or just advising me on certain things. I was able to definitely improve on my social skills and what to do. And also one other group that I'm still involved with is WUSC, which is the World University Service of Canada, which I'm very active in. But basically WUSC, which we usually call it, is a student-run local committee, and one of the main thing it does, it's mainly focused on international development. So here at Ryerson, it sponsors one refugee student from a place outside Canada to resettle and study in Canada, and I came through the program. I was able to be admitted to Ryerson through the program. And then it helped me a lot in terms of transitioning to Canada and to Ryerson. And we hosted a couple of different events too throughout the year, but that's one of the main things that it does. So students are able to come through the program. Yeah.
Okay, so we've had a couple of questions come in about the additional degree credit courses that I spoke about. So, as I mentioned, during your second semester, you have the opportunity to take up to 3 degree credit courses that will count towards your undergraduate degree program. All students will enroll in a course called Language and Identity. And this is a course that builds on the writing skills that you've learned throughout the year in the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. And then the 2 additional courses that I mentioned are going to be discipline specific. So when I say discipline specific, I mean from your core courses of your undergraduate degree program. So for example, if you are going into business management, you may choose to take Economics 104 or Accounting 100. And these would be classes that you would take perhaps with other Ryerson ESL Foundation Program students, but with the wider campus, so with business management students. So it gives you the opportunity to gain connections with your peers from your business management program, or to just apply the skills that you've learned in the Ryerson ESL Foundation program.
Well, I see there's a question asking what's the difference about the Chinese high school and here. Well, first thing you need to know is that the high school in Chinese is really, really hard. And you just like study all day long. So what I know is I woke up at 6 a.m. and then my first class, like the morning class, start at 7. Can you believe that? And there's only 2-hour break in the lunch time, and then 1-hour break in dinner, and then my last class is end at 9. So it's like all day studying. So well, I didn't have lie. So, and here is much more like compared to China, it's much more like easy. And they even have event for us and to relax ourselves. So that's the great thing. I'm really appreciate that.
Okay, hi folks. So we have a question coming in here asking whether or not students would need to purchase health or medical insurance. So to answer, no, as a Ryerson ESL Foundation Program student, you will be provided with a University Health Insurance Plan, which is also known as UHIP. This will help pay for medical services such as doctor visits, hospital stays and treatment, physical examinations, and emergency services. And you'll also be covered under the Ryerson Student Union's members' health and dental plan. So this will be provided for all full-time students.
Hello, hello. So a question has come in about what type of administrative support is available to me at Ryerson. So I'll speak specifically to the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, where I work as a program assistant. So there's a whole team of people available to you as one of our program students to support you through your journey at Ryerson and throughout your first year, perhaps in Canada or in Toronto. Myself, I facilitate each week a workshop that offers you tips and strategies for transitioning to life in Canada. You also have your peer mentor team and peer supporters who kind of work with you on a more personal level to help you join student clubs or to make connections on campus during those early days where everything's still a little bit scary. There's a program manager who does a lot for our students. He academically advises when students are beginning their degree credit courses in the second semester. And as well, you'll have instructors who you'll meet with during office hours weekly, and who are available to you daily to speak about your academic progress and areas for improvement and development.
Hello, everybody. So we've just had an admission question come in terms of who is eligible to apply to the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. Essentially, this program is designed for students who meet the academic requirements to get into a degree program of their choice, but they do not meet the English proficiency requirement. So perhaps if you have a lower English proficiency score, such as a test score in TOEFL, IELTS, CALE, MELAB, those are all the tests we do accept at Ryerson, also include the Pearson test now. If you have a lower score in that test, and you don't have a score sufficient for an undergraduate degree program, then you are eligible to apply the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program. I just want to stress here that it is important for us to get an English proficiency score for you. Without an English proficiency score such as TOEFL, IELTS, MELAB, CALE, Pearson, we are not able to assess your application. We cannot move forward in the application process. So though it is an ESL program, we do need an ESL score, an English proficiency score for you in order for us to consider you for the program. Once we receive your score, you also are required to submit your transcripts at that time. So your secondary school transcripts will be required. If your transcripts are in a language other than English or French, we do require an official English translation as well. If you have questions related to which scores we're looking for, that would depend on the type of test you take. For example, for TOEFL, the minimum score that we would be looking for is a score of 68. For IELTS, we're looking for a score of at least 5.0. Pearson, we're looking for 50, CALE, we're looking for 50, and MELAB, we're looking for 70. So these, as you probably know, these scores are lower than what is required for a regular undergraduate degree program. I will forward it over to Courtney because she'll be able to answer some additional questions for you.
Okay, so an important question just came through about study permits. This was touched on very briefly. However, I did just want to point out that Ryerson has an amazing international student services department that one of their main focuses is assisting our international student population in obtaining study permits and visas. So once you apply and are admitted to the Ryerson ESL Foundation Program, you can reach out to International Student Services and Admissions, and the ESL Foundation Program staff are happy to connect you with them. You can reach them at issask@ryerson.ca. So I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you everyone so much for your questions. I hope we've covered everything. If not, we are hosting a always on chat from right now until 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be back on between 1 and 2 and 4 and 5. As always, please connect with us via email at eslfoundation@ryerson.ca or on our website at ryerson.ca/ce/ESL Foundation. Hope you all have a wonderful day and hear from you soon.